Ed Fallon is a talented man. He balances the budget about as well as any candidate can. He plays music, he rides a bike. Sometimes he likes to go online and wreck the mic.
I'm Ed Fallon, and I approve this message.
Yep, now on election day, you got a question. Who between him and Boswell is up to this job, representing our district and making us proud? No doubt, I'm supporting Ed's platform. It's to transform our. I asked if I could rap for him. He said,
Sure, if you tell him about tax reform.
I said, yeah, I could do that for him. Now here you are listening to a rap song. Sing along, all we ask is you pass it along. Go on, we gotta spread the word. Your responsible spending is back on June 3rd.
The federal budget is an absolute mess. One problem, earmarks. Earmarks are a type of pork barrel spending that congressmen and senators slip into a budget bill in order to benefit a powerful donor back home or somebody who's well connected. Some of the spending might be good. It might be things that you'd want to see us spend taxpayers' money on. But it should go through the competitive bidding process. It should be based on merit, not on some congressman's connections to some big donor. Back in 1996, there were 950 earmarks placed into budget bills. Last year, over 12,000. If we're going to get some serious budget reform in Washington, D.C., earmarks are one place to start.
This is Ed Fallon, he plays an accordion. An accordion is reason enough to be supporting him. Boswell's been distorting him, trying to avoid what this war here's afforded him. Will it cost him his seat in Congress? Because it cost us $700 billion. Like, I can't believe they bought this. WMD's looking like Loch Ness. Ed Fallon is a man who was demanded the irresponsible spending not be expanded. Y'all were voted in to stop the war, but didn't do it. Somebody gotta look at the score. 24%, that's your approval. As the states contemplate your removal. Word, I looked up Fallon on Google. My computer told me that dude is frugal.
By the end of this fiscal year, the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan will cost taxpayers nearly $1 trillion. And when you think about the economic struggles that we're facing, the cost of health care, the cost of gas at the pump, the cost of food going up, all the unmet needs that our country should be addressing, education, health care, you name it. George Bush and a complicit U.S. Congress got us into this war. If I had been in Congress in 2002, I would have voted against the war, and I would have voted against any additional funding that wasn't tied to a timetable for withdrawal of our troops. Unfortunately, Congressman Boswell is one of a handful of Democrats who have voted to continue funding the war with no timetable for withdrawal. It's time to end this war in Iraq. It's time to bring our troops home. It's time to get back to focusing on the economic problems that are getting deeper and deeper in this country.
Ed's opponents always have more money, but yo, they can't slow him down once he starts running. Every race, he's forced to run a tight budget, but he loves it. He knows how to make the most of it. And as this race goes public, he's going door to door to door, they're digging it out, bust it. Yo, he's out kissing babies, he loves ya. 2 years ago, when he ran for governor, he beat Chet Covert by over 10%. In Polk County, his hometown, represent. Yo, he doesn't take PAC money. No, he thinks that it makes candidates act funny. See, this campaign is funded by the masses. If you can't see that, go and check your glasses. Better yet, check your taxes. Ed Fallon, June 3rd, I ain't taking any chances. Oh, yeah.
Too many politicians allow themselves to become puppets and pawns of special interests. They do that in part through taking big contributions from PACs, from lobbyists who work for corporations that are making money hand over fist. I have never done that. I've never taken a penny from a PAC or a lobbyist. It's time we had more members of Congress who are independent, who don't play the money game, who truly represent the people's interest and not special interests. My campaign, like all my campaigns in the past, is funded entirely by individual donations. In fact, I've received over 2,000 donations, averaging about $80 a person, compared with the average donation of over $1,000 from a candidate like Congressman Boswell, who gets most of his money from PACs. If we're going to see any progress on the war in Iraq, on global warming, on healthcare, on the economy, we're going to have more members of Congress who don't play the money game, who stand up to special interests, who run grassroots campaigns that are based on vision and ideas and lots of effort from volunteers and from staff. I've been outspent in the past and I've won, and what I've learned is that people can beat money if they're organized, if they're focused, if they're talking about issues, and I need your help to do that. I need you to make a donation to my campaign, but I also need you to come and volunteer. Help spread the word in your neighborhood. We work door to door, phone call to phone call, cafe to cafe, and I believe that's the best way to get a message out and to get your response to that message.
I support Ed Fallon because his values are the same as my values. The issues that he supports are the issues that I care about, like healthcare and the environment and civil rights.
I like to vote for Democrats who are proud to be Democrats and not ashamed to be Democrats.
Ed Fallon's never received any money from political action committees or paid lobbyists.
He rides a bicycle. You know, I mean, you can't front on a dude like that.
He wasn't trying to sell me himself or anything else when I first met him. You know, he asked me questions about me, what I did, who I was.
I'm an Ed Fallon supporter because I think he's someone who's genuinely passionate about the policies he's advocating and has an interest in doing something about it.
Ed has shown us through his work in the state legislature that he will follow through on getting progressive change passed.
Ed cannot be bought, and that is such a huge, huge problem in Washington today.
In the Iowa caucuses here, we've seen literally tens of thousands of people are coming out to the polls for the first time because there are politicians that are really speaking to their needs and really speaking to the issues that are central to their lives, like jobs, healthcare, the environment, the war in Iraq.
He's a funny guy. We need some humor in Washington, I think.
New energy for Iowa. Man, that's a good t-shirt. Man, that's a quality t-shirt. This is made in the USA.
Just a great guy. Gets along with everybody, and he's a great musician.